Yo, how y'all doing? My name is Jawad Straight. My name is Jawad. I goes by Jawad Straight. Welcome back to my channel. I'm a 17-year-old day trader slash entrepreneur here to document my journey and show every steps how I've been. And I officially turned 17 few days ago, and currently we're in summer, so we got 2 months of no school, which actually gonna help me on my trading, gonna help me better and focus on my trading, improving myself this whole summer. So I got 2 months of free time to work on a lot of stuff. And today's Monday, and first of all, I know I've been off social media, especially on YouTube, since my last upload. I think it was 2 months or a month ago. So yeah, I've been off social media too, and today I decided to come here and update you on what has been going on in my life for the past few months, I think 2 or 3 months. And yeah, so first of all, let's talk about this summer. We're in summer, and I want to talk a little bit about my project this summer. This summer I really want to focus on trading. I got a lot of time, so I'm going to focus on trading. I'm going to focus on my physical, which I'm talking about my physical health, my skin, because right now I need to work on my skin, especially my face. And I'm gonna document my journey, working on all that growth. I'm gonna document my journey. I'm gonna break down trades. I'm gonna show y'all a lot of stuff. So basically I'm gonna show you a lot of stuff. That's all y'all gotta know. And today I'm here to announce y'all or tell you a little bit about how the past 2 months or a month and a half has been going for me, especially in my trading journey side. So right now I decided to come back and start trading live again, at least take a break from prop firms. So let me tell you a little bit about what has been happening to me on the prop firm side. So 2 months or a month and a half ago, I decided to take a break from live account because I used to trade small capital, and I decided to switch to prop firm because I was doing good on live account. I was profitable, so I did a challenge of at one point of my trading journey. I decided to do a challenge of where, after I discovered my edge in the market, work on my psychology and everything, I decided to for 3 months straight to trade for 3 months straight and be profitable consistently for those 3 months. And I was able to do that. So after I was able to do that, I decided now it's time for me to scale up and look for more capital. Then I can start actually making money from trading, right? So 2 months ago, I decided to switch from live to prop firm, and I went and bought prop firm. Like I started with 5K account prop firms first of all, and I was doing good at the start, but at some point I started messing up. My psychology got actually effed up just because I was rushing to get payout. I was rushing to pass prop firms, and that actually messed me up. And I think so far I've probably blew around 10 to 15 prop firms. I was able to pass few of them. I was able to get funded 3 times, but after I got funded, my psychology started kicking, my emotions started kicking because I was trying to get payout quick, and I blew those funded account, and others I was able to pass phase 1 or 2, and after that I blew them also. Anyways, one thing I actually see myself doing when I'm trading prop firm is my whole psychology and my whole trading system has changed. I seen that when I was trading prop firm, I was actually trying to rush to get payout, or I was really trying to rush everything. My emotions started kicking because like my whole goal was just to make money and for my live account. So I got really off of my initial goal, which was really stick to my plan and actually capitalize on those prop firm, and I got hurt from that side. one thing else, one other thing I also realized is the way I trade on Perform is a whole different thing than the way I trade live. I went from trading I went from like being a swing slash day trader to actually like scalping on a 1 minute time frame just to get just to make a lot of money quick. And yeah, that actually affected me a little bit. So after all that happened to me on the Perform side of the things, and few weeks earlier, that's when like I actually sat down, think about what was going on, and finally I decided to take a break from Perform, come back to live, trade the same way I was trading during those 3 months of challenge that I was doing. I'm gonna trade the same way because I believe myself. I am a profitable trader. I know I am a profitable trader, especially on live account. There's no rules. I'm a profitable trader on it. And after reflecting on all that, I decided to just take a break from Perform and come and start trading live again. And last week, I think it was Tuesday, I decided to I decided to deposit $350 on the new live account, and I'm gonna start trading on that, and I'm gonna just take a break from Perform for a little bit. So that's what I'm doing right now. That's the new major update that I have to give you. So now on, I'm just gonna focus especially this month of June, I'm just gonna focus on live account. I deposited $350 on the live account, and I'm gonna show you all my goals with that 350. How my goal is to grow that money to at least 10k, or first of all to my first 1k first. So when I get 1k, then from there I can withdraw a little bit and actually go back to Perform, then also be trading live on the side. But for now, I'm just gonna focus majorly on that live account, and yeah, that's it. And last week I deposited 350, and I think it was Thursday. I saw an opportunity on USD CAD, and I took that trade. And that trade was a W win. We call 1 to 2 R, and it was a good trade. And today I'm just gonna break down that trade for y'all. I'm gonna show y'all my entry, my strategy, my system, how I trade, and y'all might learn something from it. So yeah, that's my little update of my life and what has been going on in my life. And yeah, guys, so from now on, we're gonna start making a new series of growing that 350k. So every week I'm gonna make a YouTube video, and I'm just gonna review trades that we took, the entry, the exit, the overall result, or weekly or bi-weekly. Of course, we don't gotta break down all the trade that we take, but I'm gonna document the growth of this account, and I'm also gonna start vlogging, especially this summer. Since we don't got no more school, I got a lot of free time. I'm gonna actually start vlogging. I'm gonna work on my physics, especially my physics, because right now I think my physics can be a little better. It's not where I want it to be yet, and I know my skins also can be definitely way better. So yeah, that's what has been going on in my life. So right now I'm just gonna jump on straight on the chart, and I'm just gonna show y'all the trade I took last week. I only took one trade last week, and it was a win. So I'm just gonna jump on the chart. I'm gonna break down that USD CAD trade that we entered. I'm gonna show y'all my reason why I decided to look for sales, and let's jump straight on the chart. First of all, guys, here is the USD CAD trade that I caught on Thursday and held it till Friday, then I closed it. Here's the trade that I took. It was a great representation of my A+ setup, and I actually left even earlier just because it was almost market close and at the end of the week, so I decided to close it. Initially I was supposed to hold it to this low, which would have been a good 1 to 3 or multiple, 1 to 3 plus more, or actually multiple. But I actually ended up by closing this trade around here just because I didn't want to hold this trade. It was also a new month, so I had to close this trade and gather data for the next month coming up. All right, so first of all, what I seen and why I decided to take this trade was mainly based on the daily time frame. When we when we go on the daily time frame and we just see what has been happening previously, especially on the previous price action here, we see that the price has been actually very bearish, especially around here. We see we have been creating lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and lower high. So I was really just trying to follow the trend and trade with the trend. So when we go on the daily, the first thing I seen that actually got me to look for sell is, first of all, the daily was bearish, right? So we see, first of all, we see that the daily is bearish, and when I go on the 4 hour time frame and check the market structure on the 4 hour time frame too, I see that the 4 hours is also bearish. Why? Because here, I'm just gonna start from here. Here we're creating higher low, higher high, higher low, not high low, just equal low, and we create the high. Then we literally broke structure, breaking, making this trend be bearish, retracing, creating lower high. Then we went to create lower low, and we came back here, creating lower high. So daily was already bearish, 4 hours bearish, so I need one more time frame to be in conferences. And when I go on 2 hour time frame, we see that the 2 hour time frame is also bearish. Why? Because the same pattern. We're creating lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and lower low. So the market was also bearish on the daily, the 4 hour, and the 2 hour. So that's already a pretty good sign that this trade gonna go to our direction. So after I've checked and I've seen that those three time frame were in sync and we're going on the same direction, the next thing I had to look for is just the trend, not the trend, excuse me. The next thing I had to look for was the area where to look to buy from, right? And in my trading plan, in my system, I had something called my setup patterns, which are the thing that actually I'm only looking for when I go on a pair or in the market. I'm only looking for those specific pattern, and when I don't see them, those pattern based on my strategy, I don't trade. So this trade basically was a good representation of my A plus pattern, which is where I look to enter and just target the next low or whatever. I'm not gonna say too much about it, but here's a whole that's a whole representation of my A plus setup. So first of all, after seeing that the especially I base most of my trade based on 4 hour. So after I go on the 4 hour and I see that first of all we'll be creating lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So I was just waiting for this price to create lower low, and coming back here again, creating lower high, because on the daily we also had to retrace, which was that retracement. So I was just waiting for that retracement to happen on the daily, which did happen. And when I see that retracement on daily happen, I just swing back on 4 hour and see that this is a good representation of also what is called a complex pullback. So after I see that lower high happen and come retracing at my major level that I drew here, that's when I was actually interested in trading this pair or looking to sell this pair. So first of all, we see that we bearish, right? We bearish on 3 time frame. We are the price break and retest and is retesting our level through, which is our major level. We also see that we're having some type of rejection at that level. Oh, sorry guys, my camera turned off, so I had to go back real quick and grab my charger and charge it. Anyway, as I was saying, so let's just review a little bit. So we had a 3 time frame in sync, right? We had the daily, which was bearish. We have 4 hour, which was bearish, and we also had the 2H time frame, which was also bearish. So by now, if you don't know, I think my strategy is break and retest of a level, and from that level I'm waiting for rejection or a trend line break, then take it following the trend, and plus more a lot of other stuff. But anyway, here, so after seeing that we were bearish, I just drop on the 4 hour, and when I drop on 4 hour, I saw that we also had some type of like complex pullback at this level, right? So once the market got here, I already know we're gonna keep going down based on just my pattern already and the trend. I knew we're just gonna keep down. So now all I had to do is just to wait and enter at the right moment, place my stop at the right time, and place my TP where I was supposed to place it. So when the price reached my level and actually start playing around, what I was waiting around my level is just to see the break of my trend line, because I'm a trend line trader. I trade trend line. My strategy is based on trend line and support and resistance, or supply and demand, whatever you want to call it. So once the price reached that level of resistance, I drew my trend line, and what I was basically waiting for is to see some type of accumulation at this level, then see a break of that trend line. And if the trend line broke, that's when I'm gonna enter and just place my stop right above level, and also above this price action movement where this price moved. So my objective is when I enter here, I'm gonna place my stop loss at least above this previous price action movement around here. And yeah, that's what I did. So once I seen the break, I enter over there. I actually entered a little bit earlier too, just because I trusted this trade based on only just because it was my A plus pattern. So I entered there, placed my stop above here, and I decided to place my TP down here at low, just because I was following my plan, and based on my plan, that's where I was supposed to place my TP. But I ended up closing this trade around 1 to 283, just because it was Friday and the market was about to close. So I didn't want to hold this trade through the weekend. Anyways, that's what happened. So yeah, so this is a little quick breakdown before I decided to enter this trade. There's a little bit more into it. I didn't want it to go too much in details, like the type of candlestick I was waiting for, like an engulfing or volume candle, whatever I was waiting for. There's more into these, but I just went to the most important stuff, the most important stuff, which was the trend break and retest, right? So first of all, we're gonna wait for the trend 3 time frame and sync. We're gonna wait for a break and retest of one of our level that we drew based on market structure too, right? And once the price is at that level that we draw, we're gonna wait for accumulation at that level, or rejection at that level, or some type of like volume with our direction. And once we get that, we're gonna wait for some type of candlestick, bearish or bullish engulfing, depending on if we're buying or selling, and volume. And that's what I did. I was patient. I entered this trade around 1 a.m. during almost pre-London session, and I closed this trade around 4 p.m. Friday because of the market was about to get closed. Yeah guys, this was a good trade. I'm really proud of how I managed this trade, and this trade made me around $51. That's a pretty good sum, I'm not gonna lie. I like the star. And when I go on my journal here's my journal. When I click on my journal, you can see I made I guess that's $52, right? I made $52 on that trade. And this is the whole new journal that I just started documenting, and here is my journaling. Anyways, yeah, really proud of this trade. And yeah guys, I'm back on Trading Live again, and from now on I'm gonna document my trade and show y'all the reason why I entered this trade, why, and all that. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to me. Thank you guys for watching my video. And yeah, this 2 month coming up, I'm gonna actually focus and drop a lot of bangers. Stay tuned to it. And yes, peace out gang.